Good morning. Good morning. Well, hello.
Hi, hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are
Is
you?
it good?
I'm
What
Cliff.
ab- Yeah, I'm Paul.
Nice to meet you. Right, so we were expecting quite a few people today, so
Yeah.
let's see how many actually appear.
Yeah.
Are you a
Oh,
filmmaker?
no, not at the moment.
Is that
But
what you want to do?
it's something I'm interested in.
Okay.
So, yeah. But,
Have you ever tried
what
to
about
make... Sorry, go
what
on.
ab- what about you? Are
Yes,
you?
yes, well, I've done not so much film. I'm actually working on finishing a film at the moment. Most of the stuff I've done up till now has been sort of chat shows. I've done two series of chat shows.
Yeah, yeah,
What I think they're both on YouTube. Yeah, they're both on YouTube. So and I love the whole idea of filmmaking and
mm,
find it very exciting and inspiring.
mm.
Um, and
Well, what
yeah.
what what genre of films do you usually watch?
Science fiction, mainly science fiction.
Um, mm.
Uh, I like the weird stuff.
Mm. TNG was great.
TNG, what's that?
Star Trek, The Next
Oh
Generation.
yes,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely. I don't like the new series so much. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Just
okay, but it's not.
it's
TNG
not.
was a
Yeah,
masterpiece,
yeah,
but
it was. It's amazing that they actually managed to sort of bring it back again because
Yeah,
I remember the original and I just thought there's no way they're going to be able to sort of capture the same
yeah,
same atmosphere as the original,
definitely.
but TNG
But
was better.
I think it had a slow start, but then they managed to fix it. It's just marvelous.
That's right.
So
So I mean,
chat shows. Sorry, go on.
sorry, go on, you say.
Chat shows. What kind of chat shows do you do?
Um, Different kinds. Oh, Travis has joined us. Good morning, Travis. Long time no speak.
Hi, Cliff, you all right?
Yeah, right. How are you?
Good, thank you. Very good. I'm just trying to connect now. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been good. Been busy with other things. Lots of other things going on. This has been a year of disruptions and distractions and lots of hard work, but heading in the right direction.
Did you manage to get your documentary done about your?
Well, it's not quite finished yet.
No.
It would have been had I been able to sort of focus on it, but I've
Yeah.
had other things going on, so I've had to put it aside. I've been started this arts foundation,
All right.
so I've been kind of focusing on the funding side of things, how raising money and writing business plans and lots of number crunching. Basically been a bit of an accountant this year, actually.
Wow.
Not very creative.
The thing is, in life, if we're always things are always going to get in the way.
Yeah.
Um, that's just life, isn't it? Really. I've done 3 films. I'm in pre-production of 2 other films that we're doing. I know literally hundreds of actors. I work with small independent, filmmakers. Loads of stuff's happened. It's crazy, literally. Since I
Great.
first spoke to yourself and Tida, was it about 3 years ago? I've literally everything's changed. It's crazy. It really is. I get a lot of people who want to work with me as well. Other filmmakers, and it's great.
Oh,
So
wonderful. So there
yeah,
you go. So
it just
all your trepidation, your early trepidation has gone now. Now you're well into the
oh
swing
yeah.
of it, aren't you?
Yeah, do you know what's funny? I'm around other people, actors or whatever, and they're asking my opinion like I know everything. I'm like, well, like you 2 years ago, uh, everything's it's going really, it's
Sorry,
going
say again. I didn't hear that.
everything's going really good.
Good.
Yeah, but I'm sort of biting off more than I can chew now because people keep on having ideas and they say I want to work with you and I've got this idea and it's just I literally haven't got time. Well, that's the thing. Just 1 second.
This is what it's all about, isn't it? Prioritization of one's ideas.
Yeah.
Good morning, Montenegrover. Groverla.
Oh, hi.
Carlos.
Carlos, yeah.
Carlos.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself, Carlos? Say what you do.
Oh, yeah. Right now I'm project manager of a short film network in the Netherlands, and I'm also trying to become an actor at the same time.
What do you do in the short film network? What's that all about?
We're trying to expand the network here in the Netherlands.
Right. What the film network?
Yeah, it's so basically we create screenings every week, and we are trying to connect with Dutch filmmakers here in the Netherlands. So we can expand just across the different regions here in the Netherlands. But that's actually a volunteer work that I do. I actually working in supply chain as a marketplace operations lead for Nike here in the Netherlands. Yeah.
I see. So well connected. Excellent.
Yeah.
And what's it? The filmmaking. I mean, what is the filmmaking structure in the Netherlands? Is there a big independent film network, or is what you're doing sort of one of the first of its kind?
No, so right now actually this short film network has over, I think, 10 years already in the Netherlands. But right now I'm just helping them to just become bigger because they already have like pretty strong partnerships. So Netflix, one of them, and apart from that, they also have some other partnerships inside the country as well. So just, I think for me, it's quite good to just learn a little bit more about let's say the Dutch scene, and yeah, also trying to network with actors and filmmakers. So
Right. Well, you'll probably find a few here today.
correct.
We've got a LinkedIn group as well, which I'll post up the link in a minute in the chat. So LinkedIn is quite a good way of staying in touch with people it's basically a network of our own, if you like. So people who want to sort of connect with others can go through the LinkedIn group. So Shan Mook, how are you?
Yeah. Hi. I am good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good, thank you. What's your background and your relationship to the world of filmmaking?
So basically, I'm from India. I moved to London. Uh, I've been in London for last 3 months. So I work for an audit firm, but eventually I have very much interest in film and filmmaking. But I haven't worked on filmmaking on anything in London or Europe. In India, I have tried few still photography for short films or micro budget films. But I would be interested in any opportunity or uh, I would I would like to know about how the filmmaking is happening at micro budget level or how filmmaking happens, and if anyone is interested to give an opportunity for me in the screenwriting or camera or acting, I would be happy to try. Yeah, even it's without pay also I wouldn't mind because I'm thinking to explore about it. So that's the reason I joined the call. Yeah.
Good. Well, I mean, again, the LinkedIn group may be useful to you as well. That's the
Yeah.
best place to sort of post yourself in there so that people know that you're around
Mm-hmm.
and mention what you do, what you're interested in doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you the link now. Here's the link to the LinkedIn group. That should come up in the chat now.
Yes. Let us check. Yeah.
So you can always join that and connect with others. There's quite a few professional filmmakers in there actually. So
Oh, is it okay? Mm-hmm.
good. Anyone else want to say hello? Hello. I can see there's six people with no video. Anybody want to speak, or they're going to lurk in the background?
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I'm on the way. This is Anil speaking.
Hello.
Hi.
So
Uh,
what's your background in film, Anil?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Anil. I'm from Bangalore, original Indian. Okay, currently I'm in Berlin. Yeah, regarding my filmy background, I have done a course, script writing course in back home in Bangalore. And now today I'm in Berlin. Why? Because there is a one filmy nuts event is there, right, in the evening. I just want to join them. Okay. Yeah, professionally I'm an IT consultant. I'm an IT consultant. Okay, and this is my passion since my childhood, but I want to pursue here if time permits. Okay, that's all about me in brief.
That's very nice and short.
Yeah.
So you've produced film? You write script writing? You say is
No,
your...
I'm just writing as scripts. Okay, but not yet produced any kind of movies so far.
Can you tell us what your script is about, or would you rather keep it a secret?
Yeah, no. The script is actually, it's not a movie script, okay, but I'm planning in future. But I'm writing a scripts like for stand-up comedians, comedy scripts I write.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, generally the idea, I think, with any production, getting productions, is to build your network. I think that's really the key, is get yourself a team of people that you can work with, who you get on with, and, you know, sharing the job description. So you have your script writer, you have your producer, you have your director, you have actors, etc., etc. And it is all about building the team.
Yeah.
Finding the right people who want to work on the project with you, and building relationship, and eventually producing it, which is what Travis has done now, I think 2 times, 3 times. Is that it? I can't remember now. I've lost count of you already.
Yeah, I've got 3 films that I've done. They're on YouTube, actually. Yeah, the thing is, making a film, for people who've not done it, it sounds really overwhelming. And you think, how am I going to do it? I don't know anybody. I don't know anything about acting. I don't know any actors. I don't understand lighting, look, colouring, or cameras, or sound engineering, or I didn't know anything. I just knew I wanted to do it. And then it's like now I look back and thinking, it's crazy how far you can come. All you need is the innate desire to make a decision to say, this is what I want to do. And then it just manifests. So I've got loads of information if people want to know how I did it. Because I, you know, like tips and tricks. How does it all manifest? Because I was
Travis, you should probably write I was going to say a book, but maybe a book is a bit of a tall order for a man as busy as you are at the moment. But, you know, a series of articles or something on how you got started, and, you know, because I mean, you've done it the hard way, really. You've gone from literally the ground up, haven't you?
Yeah. So how I started. Okay, as basically I liked animation, and about 2 or 3 years ago, I was out in the park and I just come onto this group, and I met Cliff, and I felt a bit uncomfortable. I don't really know what I'm doing, and these guys do. And then I saw what Tida did. Tida's the other person who's one of the organisers on the group. She's done documentaries, and Cliff's a musician, and I'm a musician, but I'm not as good as Cliff. And I thought, I'm out of my league here. But Cliff, what you did, mate, you sort of just said, just do it. And I said, but I haven't got a top of the range camera. I haven't got an Arri Alexa. I've only got this little camera. I look stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. So all that doubt comes into your head. And I just spoke to Cliff, and then I just started thinking, just do it. And then this is what I did. I had the desire. So I had an idea in my head, and I've written it down, the story, and then I've written a script, which is just a dialogue. I didn't know how to write a script, so I just written it in a way that I understood it. So I had the character's name, then the dialogue that they say, and then I'd write a basic, a couple of words of what the scene looked like. And then I went over it. So that's the first draft. Once I've written it, I went over it again and cleaned it up. Then I went over it again and again and kept on cleaning it. So that's called first draft, second draft, third draft. So until I knew in my head, I thought, this is what I want to make. But now the problem is I don't know any actors. I don't know how to contact actors. I don't know who they are, what they are. And I need them to do it for free because I've got no money. But then, so I started doing that. I started thinking, how am I going to find actors? So I went on to Star Now, which is a website. And I said, does anyone want to work on a film with me? But I can't pay you. And I'm thinking, they're going to laugh at me. But people did come to me because I pitched the idea in a way that it sounded attractive. I didn't go up to them and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to make a film. I sold it. And I think what happened, because I was so passionate about it, they came on board, and I had about six actors. And then I thought, right, it became serious then. And then I did a Zoom meeting with them, and we all had a meeting together, and they went over the lines, and they were all excited. But the thing I didn't tell them is that I haven't got a camera. I don't know what I'm doing. And am I going to get the locations of where it's going to be filmed? And I'm like, how am I going to do this? And I sort of bitten off more than I can chew. So something was manifesting. All these actors were excited, and I'm basically just blagging it. But then I think I had to start researching. I think, okay, what do I need? A good camera? Do I need a HD camera, a full frame camera, a 4K camera? How much are cameras? So I had a little Sony A camera, which was about £500, and I had that, and that's all I had. And then I just started filming. And long story short, I filmed, and it looked all right. I thought, this looks all right, but the sound wasn't great. So I think, right now I need to understand sound. So then I spoke to Tina, and I said, how do you record sounds? And I realized you have to record the sound separately. So then I think, how am I going to do that? So then I learned that you need a boom mic or a lav mics, which are the mics that are underneath the clothing, and then you have a boom mic, which is something that goes over the head, and you record the audio separately. So I bought that. I ended up spending about, in total, last 2 years, about £12,000 on equipment. And then but what I came to realize, all you need literally is a tiny camera. You don't need one of these big Arri Alexas, which are about £70,000. You don't need one. You just need a HD camera, and it can be a little small one, right? You just need that. But then you have to understand about lenses, because how would you create that movie cinematic look? Because when you film off a normal camera, the screen, the footage looks flat. And I thought, I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look like a Hollywood movie. How do I do it? And then you start to realize something called depth of field. It's all about lenses. So I want the background to be blurry and the actor to be sharp and crisp. And then I figured it out, got the lens, and then I achieved it. So then I thought, right, but the color of the film doesn't look right. It just looks too plain, like you were watching a drama, but it wasn't dramatic. I thought, how do you get that movie look? Then I started studying films and watching it, and then I realized, oh, it's all about the color. It's called color grading. And I thought, well, what's color grading? And then I found out it's called an LUT, a lookup table, a look. So you have, if you want to create like a dramatic, like a thriller, it's got to be like greeny blue tint to the footage. So then I learned about color grading. And then finally I got that cinematic look. It took me 2 years, but you constantly get better and better and better. Every time you do it, you get better. And once you start producing films and then you've actually done one, you can show it to other actors and they'll go, did you do that? I go, yeah. And they say, who edited it? I go, me. Who filmed it? Me. Who produced it? Me. I literally did every single thing. So when you see these big films and you look at the credits at the end, it'll have director, editor, producer, assistant director, makeup artist, boom, mic operator, sound engineer. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. All the hundreds of people are involved, and I'm thinking, well, if it takes hundreds of people, how the hell am I going to do it on my own? But the answer is you can. It's just hard work. It's not hard, it's fun. But the thing is, it's what I find, if my advice to anyone, if they really want to do it, they don't have to have any experience. As long as if they've got that innate desire inside, that passion and that vision, they can see that film in their head, you can do it.
I have a question, Travis, because it found really, like the idea sound really familiar to me. I tried to do something like that. I just had it in my mind, but I was always wondering, how do you find really committed actors or really committed people that would do the work voluntarily and would actually commit to every single shooting that you would arrange?
This is what you got to do, right? If just 1 second, if you look for actors, you'll find them, right? But you'll get a lot of people who will. So I'll give this is what I did. I went to Facebook. So there's like Facebook groups you can go into. So if you go into Facebook, you can go actors or in the search thing, and you'll find groups. Join that group, then put an advert on. Do a really professional poster so it looks attractive, and just say actors wanted in short film, unpaid. And a lot of actors will do it, because when people say they're actors, they're not actors. They want to be actors, right? But the thing is, they've not been in any films, so they want something called a show reel. So it's like someone saying, I want to be a model. I say, well, let me see some of your model pictures, and say, I haven't got any. So they have to go and pay a photographer to take professional photographs, and it costs a lot of money. So if they want to make a film, or they want to be in a film, and they could go up to a casting director, they say, I want to be in a film, I'm an actor. Say, okay, show me your show reel, show me what you've been in. And the answer is, I haven't been in anything. So no one's going to employ them. But these people really want to be actors. So you're basically helping them. You're saying, I'll cut you a deal. You help me and I'll help you. This is how it works. I benefit because I get a free actor. You benefit because you get a free show reel. We'll work together. That's collaboration. And literally, people will do it. Every actor I've used, I've never paid. And I've worked with literally about 40 actors. And what you do, you'll find people who you have a lot of egos as well. You'll find people who'll come to you and they think they're better than they are. This is the problem you'll get. This is a negative side. You'll get people, and sometimes they suffer with mental health, and you start to realize that after a while. So you've got to be careful. But you've got to create that relationship with that person. And you've got to be able, if they're not a very good actor, you can't say to them, oh, you can't act, can you? What I do with my actors, I tell them to stop acting. I say, don't act, because it doesn't look real. I always say to them, be yourself. So if I give them a scenario, like a scene, and they read lines, and they'll read it like a robot, and I'm like, no. I goes, if say the scene was a woman lived in a haunted house, and she was trying to convey it to her best friend that the house was haunted, and her friend didn't believe her. So she reads this line, this dialogue, and I thought, and she's sort of acting it like she's reading a book. I'm like, no. What would you really feel like emotionally if you were stuck in a house and there was something very strange happening in it, and you're trying to express that to someone, but they don't believe you, and deep down you're terrified? How would that affect you? And you get them to get emotionally involved, and when you do that, something happens. You see a different side to them. That's when they're emotionally involved. So again, with my actors, I don't care if people say, oh, I'm an actor. I'll say, do you want to be an actor? And they'll go, yeah. I say, right, when you work on the film, don't act, be yourself. And you have to just comfort them. And another thing as well, to get the best out of these people, you have to get them to become vulnerable. Because, let go. Because everyone puts a persona on, a facade. They want to show the best light and make themselves look, as good. I say, don't do that. Be vulnerable. And they're going to be like, oh, and they're going to be hesitant, because no one wants to be vulnerable. I say, but if you talk to them and you explain to them that when you're vulnerable in front of the screen and people are watching that film, they will believe you. And that means it's a believable act. And that means they'll think, flipping act, these are really good actors. But in reality, they weren't acting. And this is what I do. And you very quickly, you realize, after working with so many people, you'll look at people and you'll think, oh, I can work with them again. And what you tend to do, you form very strong relationships with these actors. They become like your best mates, even though you've known them for like a couple of days. It's bizarre, because you've got something in common. You've got that passion. If you really, really, really want to do something, like make a film, and you're dead passionate about it, and there's another person who's really, really passionate about being in a film, if you talk to each other, the connection is unreal. You become like soulmates. It's bizarre. And you create that bond. The only issue I had as well in the beginning, I had to become, because I was sort of the director, and I hated doing that because I don't want to tell people what to do, but you have to because it's your vision. So you don't tell them what to do, you show them what to do, and you comfort them. So when someone says a line, you say, "Oh, that was really good. That. Why don't you just try it this way? Just say it like that, and just and then you talk to them, and you ask them what they think, and they go, "Oh yeah, yeah," and you bounce off it. It says, "Okay, do it again for me." And then they do it, and then they give a different performance, a better performance. It's all about relationships. But yeah,
Great advice, Travis. Brilliant advice. Very, very good. You've become an expert, haven't you, in the last couple of years?
experience. So that's all it is, Cliff. It's experience because I've done it that many times.
Would you? I'm curious to know whether you can think if there are any shortcuts in order to tell whether an actor is actually going to be the right sort of person or not. I mean, would you sort of suggest one does like audition type things where you film them and for a while and you see what they look like before you get them involved in the production? Would you think that's a good idea or not?
Yeah. Well, this is my process. This is an example of what I did. I put a poster up on a Facebook group, and it says, "Do you want a show reel?" That's what it said. And the poster was really professional. It says, "Do you want a show reel? Well, we can give you a free show reel, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, comment below." Hundreds of people commented on it. Then I messaged each person. I looked at the profile very quickly to make sure they sort of looked semi-attractive, not as only in to would I be able to work with them, because you can usually tell if someone's a bit odd, because you do get strange people in the world. So then I'd look at the profile and then I'd contact them. Then I'd message them and say, "Right, do you want to come to a Zoom meeting on Sunday at 8 o'clock?" And they'd be, "Oh yeah, I'm dead excited." And I said, "Are you from the northwest of England? Because I can't be traveling everywhere." Yeah. Okay, brilliant. And then I had like 50, 60 people turn up at this Zoom meeting. And they're all aspiring actors. I don't care if they've done any acting in the past. All I care about is do they want to be in the film. And then what we did, we said, right, we're going to do a scenario. And this is called ad-libbing. It's just when you make it up. So say, is there someone in here who wants to be an actor? Right, okay. Who's that? Carlos. Is that Carlos? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So Carlos, pretend you've applied. This is what would happen. So I say, Carlos, right, what we're going to do, mate, we're going to do a scenario now. So are you up for it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. This is what they do. They get a bit nervous. So this is my process of casting them. I want to know if they have even a little bit of, because some people say they can act and they can't. They really can't. Okay. So we're going to do it. So we'll do a scenario. So I could make the scenario up, or Cliff you could suggest one. So you suggest a scene for me, Cliff.
Oh God.
It could be random.
Okay. All right, I've got one. So Carlos has like committed a crime, but he doesn't want to admit it.
Right. Okay.
And you're the policeman who wants him to admit it.
Right. So I'm sort of the detective.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you're ready for this, Carlos?
Yeah, let's go.
You'll get better. This is the fun thing, right? Because what we'll do it, and then we'll give feedback, and then we do it again. Right. So I'm a detective, and I've come, and I need to have a word with you. You ready?
Mhm.
I'm not an actor, by the way. So, but you are. So I'm the detective. Hello, is that Carlos?
Yes, this is me.
That's fantastic, Carlos. My name's Travis. I'm a detective from the Northwest, and I've come to ask you a couple of questions, if that's all right.
Mhm. Okay. Why are you calling me? Sorry.
Well, basically, what happened last night, we had a phone call saying it was an incident in this area, and we just wanted to talk to you about it.
Was anybody hurt or what happened really?
Why'd you ask if anyone was hurt?
Yeah, exactly. I want to know. I didn't know about it.
You didn't know?
No.
Why did you say was somebody hurt?
Um, It's my intuition. I'm sorry. Is this an interrogation or?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just that we're just trying to find out a bit more information about what happened last night.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So where were you at 7 o'clock last night?
Right. Well, I was at a friend's house.
Right, okay. And what's your friend's name?
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's Andre. Can I get a hold of Andre?
Yeah, sure. It's sorry, the address is a little bit weird because it's a Dutch address.
It's
So
okay.
it would,
Don't be nervous.
yeah,
You're-
so yeah, no, it's Karel Abelhof, 62.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So if I ring him up now, he'll confirm that you were there last night.
Yeah, sure. I was actually with Monica and Rodrigo, I think it was.
And who's
Yeah,
Monica?
Monica is Andres' girlfriend.
Right. You're stuttering a little bit there. You're making me a bit nervous.
He's actually seems to be innocent.
So, Carlos, you're acting a bit strange, to be honest. And I know I don't want to put you under any pressure, but we had a serious phone call saying that something happened at this address last night.
Hey, Jasmine. Jasmine.
Yeah.
Actually,
Sure.
Travis, you're rather good at this as well.
So this only will cut now, right? So see what I do. But he was good because we're acting. But
He's good,
Carlos,
but in a way, I was thinking he's innocent because
Yeah.
he's got an alibi. So he wasn't behaving. No, he was behaving as if he was guilty, but he's got a very good alibi. So now I'm thinking, so these friends, he's obviously told, they've organized this alibi in advance, sort of thing. I mean, that's the only way of explaining it. So yeah, it's good.
so that's what we do. And then what I do with them, I say, like everyone would give feedback, and then we'll say, right, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Now what we'll do, Carlos is guilty, he's denying it, but he's cocky and aggressive, and he thinks
Okay.
he's gonna outwit the police, right? So you ready? So it's a different side now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So you got
Let's do it. Yeah.
so here's the policeman. Hi, Carlos.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Detective Travis. We got a phone call last night saying there was an incident in this area.
Okay. Why are you calling me? Sorry.
Well, I just wanted to know, did you hear anything last night? Any strange activity?
No, no. There's actually a quiet, calm area.
Right, okay. And so where were you last night?
So usually I go to work at night. So I
Right.
work in this.
Just cut that. So this is what we do, we cut it, right? Be more aggressive towards me. It's like,
Oh,
don't be submissive. Like,
Yeah.
you'll look at me and go, like, who the hell are you type of thing? Coming here
What?
knocking you, but you're cocky with it.
why are you calling me? Yeah. Why are you calling me?
Because, like I said, we had a phone call last night saying there was an incident in this area.
But then why are you asking me about all these specific details? I don't have anything to do with this.
I know, well, this address came up on the radar.
Yeah, but so why am I part of an investigation now, or?
Well, not an investigation. I just want to have a quick chat with you, that's all.
Right. So just a quick chat.
Yeah, that's it, really. So get more aggressive. So if you were asking me, I'd say, listen here, mate. Don't come knocking at my door asking me stupid questions. Do you know what I mean? So spice it up. Be more the aggressor. Ready?
Right.
Aggressive.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So
Let's do it. Yeah.
ready? Feel it. See, this is what I'm saying. Don't think, feel it. Don't
Yeah.
act it. Feel it. Feel that passion inside and let it out. Imagine that you're that person. You did something wrong, but you're cocky, right? You're arrogant and you're aggressive, and you think you're
Right.
cleverer than the policeman,
Okay.
right? So hi, Carlos.
Hey. Where are you? Are you calling me right now? It's the
Yeah,
middle of the night.
Sorry, my name's Travis. I'm a detective from the area. We've had a phone call saying
Sorry. A detective? Why are you calling me? I don't have anything to do with anything.
No,
So
I'm sorry.
it's the middle of the night. Hey man, it's the middle of the night. I'm trying to sleep. Okay, I really have things important tomorrow, and today's been a quite busy day. Okay, so can you please call tomorrow or in a week?
They stop. Do you see what I mean now? How it's different.
Yeah, very different.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. So that's the actor's range.
Although I can tell Carlos is a nice person and
Yeah.
doesn't get angry very often.
That's
Yeah, that's true.
Carlos, that was great, that mate. Well, that's sort of what we do.
But I mean, for you, Carlos, the challenge would be to really get in
Yeah.
touch with your angry side, and I think that's you know, the actor's range is what they look for. Is, you know, can you play it like this? Can you play it like that? And they do often ask, you know, for you to dig a particular feeling out and behave in that way, and it's good. Actually, Travis, you're rather good at this, aren't you?
It's experience, Cliff. That's all it is, mate. But this is how we do it. Like Carlos, if you lived in England, right, in the northwest, I'd get you involved with all the rest of the actors. You'd love it.
Yeah.
We have to learn that. But what we do, we up the level. So I'll say, Carlos, get really angry now, or become really vulnerable. So you just do that different range. But yeah, well done, mate. You're a good actor.
Nice. I really liked it as well.
Great, Travis. Lovely. Thank you. Really interesting.
If that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. That's fun.
I think it's also really fun from the actor's perspective. I mean, you provide like the insights of what should be going on our mind as well, and how you want the actor to react as well.
And do you know,
that's quite useful.
Do you know what? It helps the actors, and the actors appreciate it. So the people in the room who've written scripts, they want their actors to act the way the scene was written, how they see it in their head. But they don't know that. You've got to direct them, like what I did with Carlos then. If I want Carlos to play an aggressive person, I'd have to tell him, say, mate, what I want you to do, I want you to say it, and you know, so he understands. And then when he gets it, he'll go, I get it now. Now you're in rapport. So
when there's a script, is it worth going through the script, noting all the emotional states that are required?
You can do, but I always we just go over it and over it and over it. It's not what you say. It's not necessarily the lines. It's the way that you say it. So you can ad-lib a little bit. A lot of the films that I've done, we get the actors, they don't say every single word by word in the scene because they get so passionate and they end up just saying whatever comes to them. And that's fine. So, yeah, you just ad-lib.
So in a way, it's better to let them express the emotion in the way that they most naturally would, rather than following the script exactly.
Yeah, because everyone's got an objective, an agenda, right? The film maker wants to make a film, and he wants to make the best film he possibly can. The actor wants to be the best possible actor they can. They want to look good. So you have to help each other. So, yeah, like I say, it's just building that relationship up. It's like, I know I could work with Carlos because he's listening. And a lot of actors do that. Every actor I've worked with, none of them said, oh, I'm not doing that. That won't work. Because if you get actors like that, you can't work with them because it's not going to work. But yeah, you do get people with egos, and they're the ones you've sort of got to stay away from. But I haven't come across anyone yet like that. If that answers your question, sorry, I'm muddling. Going on.
That's great. Travis is great. That was fun. Hello, Rachel. Are you going to come on video and say hello?
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm late. I also want to say yes, actor here. I enjoyed watching that. Sorry, I just got up a bit late, and then I'm half awake at this point.
That's quite all right.
Interesting watching that. Yes, so much fun. Travis was great. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we're all good. Haven't seen you in a while. I think we saw you beginning of the year, I think, or maybe last year. I can't remember. How have you been? Been busy?
Yeah, I've been busy. Well, so me and British, we were in the short film Amoeba. You might have watched it. And then I've recently just finished to film another short. It's my own one. So it's called The Skyward Dreams. So with this one, it was really funny because I was the only actor in it, and I was got a direct and everything. And I found a friend who wanted to be the DOP. And in the end, she really understood how much I'm running around. She said, "Let me direct it for you so you can focus on your acting." But I realized I had such ambitious dream. I literally listed the 6 locations. I spent the day trying to hustle in the location, and along with the lady who's doing documentary, she wanted to document the whole process and the struggles in between actor and filmmaker, and also theater for recovery theater company as well. So it was really busy. And then a places like we didn't get premises for. Funny enough, we on the day I decided, I said the girls, let's go win it. So I went there by drink at the pub. They did say you need a permission to film. We hide in the corner. We got the stuff done when it's quite quiet. And we also went to a public location, a rooftop in London, Fenchurch Street 120. We said, come on. I said, do not bring like a dead professional stuff. Let's not using none of that. Let's just hide we're tourists. So we did the locations near my home in the morning and come back to my place. I made them like a lunch and everything. Obviously, I won't look after them as a team. And afternoon, we went for the outside locations in central London and the roof and everything. So it went quite well. I was going to do the editing, but she insisted she want to do it herself, doing a rough cut. So I'm a little bit worried because I like what Travis saying. When you do your own script, you have your own vision. When you hand it over, it's like your own baby, and you hand it out for somebody else to do it. So I don't know how that's gonna go, because it will be submitted to this year's Recovery Film Festival. And I literally had to change my character name to suit for my props, because I found some old magazine for mental health, which we were distributing to Mental Health Award at the time, had my own articles, paintings. So I just changed it, just constantly working on a script to make it work, to make it as what you have in hand, because it is a zero budget. And you have to hustle to, to facing all the obstacles you might have. And I had so many backup locations. If the pop didn't work, and if this, it was hectic, but it was so much fun. I loved it. Really
Well
loved it.
done. Well done.
Thank you so much.
It sounds like you did what is true guerrilla filmmaking, that expression guerrilla filmmaking, where you literally are filming where and when you can and how you can, and if you can't get permits, film anyway, and all this sort of stuff. So really doing it in a guerrilla style.
Oh, I have to. And I watched the feature film Mandarin. I was really inspired by that film as well. Like, someone could do that with the iPhone. Wow. So yeah, we can do it. Just have to keep going. And I did a really fun job another day as a role play, and in London as well. I did not know, like, the actor, you give scenario, you have to really fit in the scenario and be the person. Although I tried, because it's for dental stuff. I was a bit shocked when we're doing the calibration with the examiner. The examiner said to me, "So Rachel, are you gonna cry?" Then I had to talk to her out. I said, "Look, the person have had the teeth problem was like this. So if you're doing this for the whole day through, we had literally 18 in the morning, 18 in the afternoon come to do their exam. They're all qualified dentists, but they want to do the higher grades, get higher qualification. So I had to tell her, I said, look, as we are doing so many times, by the scenario, this person has been suffered with the condition for 18 years. I do not believe when the first time she approached dentist or dentist, she's gonna break into tears. I said, that's not true. I said, I like to stay true with my performance, although it's for examination. So we had to do it like around 32 times. That's based on 4 people was absent. And she was really surprised that I have to bring the same energy every single time as they coming in, because I need to be fair to all the candidates who's there on the day. And then she said, that's great. Now they hire actors like you to do this, because you keep your energy up. Because she said previously she had to read the scenario herself and also marking the exam. So now we made their job much easier. But it's also really good for us as muscle memory to memorize everything really like a be the patient. And also I learned so much about teeth in one day. I learned so much. In the end, like when I really got into it, I start giving the doctor hints because I believe they have the knowledge within them. Just like what Carlos you are doing, you're a little bit nervous, but it's the same. They come in the room, they are nervous. They don't know what I gotta ask, what I gotta give. So it was interesting. So many of them, I give them hints. Eventually, they manage to get there. Like in the end, me and examiner were giving high five. Like yes, I got it out of them. But some people I give like 3-4 hints. They just not going in that direction. So yeah, sad for them. But it's like a gatekeeper. We have to make sure they're sharp at what they do because they're going out facing public patients, real patients. So that was so much fun.
Oh, you sound like you've learned a lot the last year in the experience of both acting and
good.
producing your own film.
It's very
films.
good. Yeah. How are you guys doing? Like any exciting projects going around? And
Yeah, there's always something going on. Travis has obviously been telling us about his experience the last couple of years because he's now well into the production process. He's on his 3rd film now or something, and he told us a lot of good stuff at the beginning here. We'll probably upload this video to the YouTube channel so you can catch up on what he said earlier on. Very good stuff. Hello, Tida. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. Is the camera on?
Yeah, our cameras are on.
No.
Your camera's not on, no.
Oh, okay, all right then. Because I'm, yeah. Just
Where-
carry on.
Where are you at the
I'm in-
moment?
Oh, we're in Chiang Mai now.
Okay. Have you been filming? Have you been filming much while you've been out there?
I've been mostly on the Sado documentary, but on Friday I think I'm going to film my first one on these this man that basically has found like a foundation for those children that were sex trafficked, but it's like not like talked about. So on the outset it looks different, but he like was checking us out a bit and then he started opening his mouth, and it was really interesting, his story, you know, like 30 years ago in this area. So I thought, oh, that's quite, you know, like we'd never know this stuff if he didn't say anything. So he's agreed to be interviewed, and I have to just try and frame it in a way that's not, it's just, you know, that subject's not very, people don't really like that subject to be like to talk about it, or you know, it be exposed. So I have to think of a way to do the film. But anyway, that's about it.
And the main documentary you're working on, what was that?
Well, that I was just finishing writing the newsletter actually, because I'm gonna ask for an associate producer on that. Well, no, the main one is the monk one, which I'm narrating, which has been forever. But the one that which I haven't launched this yet, so no one expects to know. But like that one, I was stuck with the story because I don't know if anyone in the group does documentary, but it's, for me, it's like all in the moment stuff, and I didn't know what to do with that one. And then obviously that can go many ways, but then I have to limit my time on this because, you know, there's just other films to be made when you're just spending a lot of time on the same thing. So I decided I looked at the assembly again, and it's really quite powerful, like just for the cinematography. And I think with the good right sound, you know, like soundscape or whatever score, then I think that that can go out. So I'm actually going to put it out for, that's the one in the region of Zanskar, the ancient, that you remember I went up there in October to shoot for the 3rd time, and I followed that protagonist who's a water conservationist. I mentioned his name's Lobsang. That one, that's going to be that. So I am going to get it out this year. So that's
Great.
the one. Yeah.
Do you find the edits difficult when it comes to sort of assembling everything? Does it go the way you expect, or do you have to sort of stop and go, oh, hang on a minute, this isn't quite working what I expected. I've got to do this a bit differently, or what?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, I wanted to ask what others would do, but my style, like, as you know, I'm more on the whim and then let the story unfold. So there's like not much discipline there, which is good and bad. Like, in one way, you can't do these films if you worry about budget, or if you're trying to coerce. Like, I went to continue that story and went to the south of Thailand thinking, oh, this story could lead on well with that story. And I got a real shock because the protagonist was so hard to be with. Like, and so I realized you can't coerce, you can't even frame it to work. It's just I had to pull out or just accept my losses. So you do lose your time and stuff, but there's always other films to be made. But with this kind of film, you just got to let it tell itself. And then sometimes, like, I think a miracle's happened with this one. Like, it's told me, there was a closing part that I'd heard the guy say, and it was very deep. And I thought, oh, what if I open with this guy saying this, and then we fade on to the story? And that, you quite, how they say you sometimes put the thing at the very end, you put it at the beginning, you got the context now, so it works for 1 hour. So yeah, sometimes it's difficult, but if you're open-minded, I'm getting better at that. But anyway, what does everyone else think?
I don't know. We got any other documentary producers here today?
I'm in pre-production for one at the moment. It's like
what are you doing?
It's quite interesting, right? The story, what happened. I started taking up kickboxing, and I had one-to-one sessions with this guy, and he owns his own kickboxing club, and I was doing one-to-one with him, and I was paying him like 25 quid, right, for an hour. But all he was doing, he was just venting on me about his life. And I'm thinking, I'm being polite. I'm like, oh, right. I'm there to be taught how to learn how to kickbox. And he's talking about his wife and his ex-wife being funny with him because of the kids. And then he's talking about that he had cancer. And this guy's like 48, right? Now, this guy, I've become friends with him now. But what he was telling me, that he's had cancer and he's in remission now, but it can come back at any time. In other words, he believes that he's very, very ill, but you wouldn't think it, right? But he's constantly in hospital, and he's literally a dying man. And it's sad. When I started to get to know him and talk to him, all he talked about was his kids, and because he's got 2 little boys, and he says, I don't want the kids to forget me. And he's worrying about his kids and things like that. And I said, well, why don't you just do write a book about your experience or something? And then I come up with an idea, because why don't we make a little documentary about it? And so this guy is massive.
Has he agreed to be filmed?
Yeah. This guy is literally massive in the industry. He's huge. He runs events. He runs kickboxing events, Muay Thai kickboxing events all over the world. And he gets literally thousands of people attending. And you wouldn't think it. This man, he's constantly in pain. He had to have an eye operation last week, and this is all because of this cancer that's in his body. But he just gets on with it. He doesn't feel sorry for himself. He's trying to he's trying to do as much as he can before he dies. And it's dead. It's really sad. But I speak to him a lot, and he said, yeah, and he's really grateful that I'm going to do it for him. And I said, what we'll do, we'll tell your story. And I said, we'll make it cinematic. It's Jim's called Combat. It's called Combat Muay Thai, right? And I said, we'll call the documentary Combating Cancer. And it is sad, but we're in pre-production at the moment. So what we did, we have him sitting in this, he's got this huge Muay Thai gym, kickboxing gym. It's huge. So it's this like big, massive assembly hall with boxing rings in the background and bags hanging down. And then right in the middle of the room, he's sitting there on a chair. And it's very cinematic. And then he tells the story. And he's just telling it. And then you see B-rolls. So for people who don't know, B-rolls is when it cuts to a different sequence, but he's still talking over. And then So yeah, that's sort of what we're doing. We're trying to do it so it's sensitive, but it's very serious of what cancer's really like and what he's experiencing. But the thing is, it's very therapeutic for him because he wants to talk about it. Because I don't think people want to listen to other people's problems. Because
So are you actually making some kind of pre-script then?
It's not pre-script. No, we don't want to do it like that. So what I said to him, I say, right, his name's Craig. I say, right, Craig, he's a big fella, right? And I sit with him. I says, say it in your own words, but we have to do it in a way that so it'll look, you know, not entertaining, but it'll work. So I'll ask him a question. So I'll say, right, have the camera behind my shoulder, and I'm not in the shot, and I'll ask him a question, and I'll say something like, why did you become a Muay Thai kickboxing instructor? That's the first question. And then I'll say, then give it 10 seconds, then answer. So he doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. Because if he knows the questions, he can prep for it. But we don't want to do that. Because I think when you're doing a documentary, you want to see him think about his answer. You know, and his eyes rolling. You want to see the thought process. So it's not staged. Because then when it's done, it's genuine. Because he doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. He knows that I can ask him anything he wants. But yeah, that's what we're doing. But the thing is, I've already seen the footage, and it's heartbreaking. And I'm like, this is really sad, and I don't want it to be sad. And
sometimes you have to, like the one I did on Una. She had cancer throughout the whole film, and in the end, she died just like a month after that film. But it was like, you know, it was like reality of life as well. Like people appreciate
authenticity.
It might be sad. It could be like clever or funny or meaningful.
Yeah,
depends on what you get from it.
Yeah.
How many people are on this?
8, 9.
Oh, right. Is everyone a filmmaker? Because Travis was doing film as well. Is everyone doing film, or is there other documentary people?
Actors mainly, I think. Actors and people interested.
Oh, right.
Oh, and there's a composer.
Sorry, I have a question to Travis. So basically, as I said, I have one director currently is doing a documentary on me, and I also got another one made as well because I have a chronic pain condition. But as an actor, obviously, I've been told the two sides of story. One is you need to champion your disability. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. And on another side, industry is quite cruel because since I put my disability, it was public on my spotlight. Now I've hidden it. And because I realized after I published my obviously my problem on day-to-day basis, my audition has rapidly reduced. So I've now held the documentary footage, did not release it because I don't know if that's gonna do my career a damage or is that gonna enhance, see how people sees me. And I also have the similar problem, like Travis was saying, the director asked me, said, oh, because I thought the whole thing's finished because now my short film's finished, everything. And she said she still want to do like an interview style and cutting into the B cam of other footages she's got of me. So now I'm a bit nervous of this whole interview thing. She wanted to be stay natural, like you said, original, authentic, but I'm a little bit worried about it because there are stuff in my life I'm not necessarily want to touch, and she has not said where the footage is gonna go in the end. And she was talking about maybe go to film festivals in the end if she got enough footages and everything. So I'm not quite sure how to deal with that.
I'd say, do you trust this person? Have you got a good relationship with them?
We literally met on another documentary screening, so it's fairly new.
So I'd have an agreement with them. I'll say, right, don't release the footage. So you make sure that you own certain rights to it because they can't release that without your permission. So you can say, once it's edited, I want to see the final project before I'm happy for it to be released. That's what I'd do. And the other thing, I wouldn't hide. When you're saying you're ashamed or embarrassed or you don't want to talk about certain things about yourself, that's like basically saying, in other words, I don't want to express myself. I want to pretend. I want to project a different version of myself to the world, and you can't do that because everyone does that. Everyone pretends to be something they're not, and the best thing to do is just be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Be yourself. You got to remember, you've got to express yourself. If I was in a wheelchair, I wouldn't care. I'd say, look, show people who you are.
Yeah, but she's concerned about the knock-on implications for her future career. You know, if she comes out and says certain things, people might not hire her. You know, and I suppose that is a real concern to some degree, isn't it? Because that's what people do, prejudge you on what they read. And
but the thing with that, Cliff, it's like you don't want to work with people like that anyway. If someone says, "Oh, I don't want to work with you because of this," and say, "Don't. I don't want to work with you because you think like that." Because there's other people, there's other filmmakers like me. I'd work with you because I want to find out about why people do that to other people. Do you know what I mean? So the world's changing, right? Entertainment's changing. People don't want people pretending to be something they're not. The thing with the way the world is now, we need sincerity, and people are craving for it because everything's fake, and there's a deep need, and everyone's feeling it. Like they want the truth, and that's what I would say. Be yourself. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about you. Just express yourself.
I mean, he's got a point here, Rachel, in that, you know, in this day and age, if you had a TikTok account, for example, and you filmed your journey of trying to get acting work whilst being open about what it is that you have, you would find in time that you build a following of people who have exactly what you have and have a struggle with it themselves. So in other words, you become their kind of inspiration. And I notice that happens a lot now online. I mean, that's effectively what an influencer is someone who talks very much about what their personal experience of life is, and, you know, documents it through time, you know, like you see on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram to some degree. And what happens is the following that you build is a following of the people who've struggled with similar things, because you're genuine. I mean, it's what Travis is saying about sincerity, authenticity. You know, that's what people connect with, is other people's struggles and how they deal with them. That's how followings are built nowadays. So funny enough, that's using your disability to your advantage, so to speak, rather than pushing it down and like Travis is saying, not showing that you are an individual, being just like everybody else. But then everybody is like everybody else. So how do people get noticed? You know, often you've got to look for the unusual thing about yourself that will get you noticed. And sometimes it's not always what you want that's the thing that gets you noticed. Sometimes it's the thing you'd rather not talk about as the thing that gets you noticed. So you have to kind of decide, well, how am I going to deal with it? Am I going to embrace it and make it something, or am I going to push it aside and, you know?
I mean, on my own, I do embrace my disability, regardless of what happens. It just I realize the fact is in this real life world in production, when you're in there, even sometimes I work as background as well. The amount of time, like when my leg decided suddenly give in, I couldn't walk anymore. I started limping. People just end up like chucking me on the side like I'm a baggage, saying, "Hey, no, you're not involved. You're sitting over there." Then I hope along my egg. I said, "No, no, no." I said, my leg is fine. I can still want to be involved. I'm out for a day. I'm here to work. And then other people saying to me, "Oh, you shouldn't be always need the powers through. They should understand your need. They should understand." But it is time for really greedy thing. Like, you know, even the actors are bottom of the chain, and never mind the background. So that's why on another day, I was on a disabled network. They're going to run a course for access coordinator. So I've also applied on that one. And I just said, either way, if I get selected or not, I really want to enhance my skill, because that's going to be a new position for productions. And this is a great opportunity because they will have like paid replacement work for you to shadowing somebody to actually follow to see how you're in a production to help disabled artists to fulfill their needs. They're, you know, maybe they need a bed to lay down in between breaks. It was great for me to see that industry is changing. And because my disability is invisible, like the amount of time my friend said to me, like, Rachel, you look so normal. Like, unless your symptom kicking in, we wouldn't even know you have a disability. I've realized that even when I'm going out in public as well, if I'm just wearing my disabled badge, if I'm really struggle, no one will give their seat for me. But if I'm going out with a walking stick, it's like that effect is instant. Someone will say, please take a seat. So that's how much now public are more accepting people with visible disability rather than invisible. So I'm just like, I know it's a double-edged sword. It can go good or can go bad. It's just really hard to balance it out. Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
it
know.
sounds to me like all of this is actually very good film fodder. I mean, all of this would make
Yeah.
for good films. You know, if you did a short film saying, hi, you know, TikTok film or whatever, saying, hi, I'm going to go on to a train now with my badge to see if anybody gives up their seat. And now I'm going to go onto the train with a stick and see if anybody gives up their seat. And then, you know, that's the video. You'll probably get loads of views on TikTok because all the disabled people out there be going, yeah, you see, look, you know, people only take it seriously if it's visible. You know, you become like a magnet for that particular message when you start embracing the things that you're involved with. I mean, of course, it's up to you whether you want to do that, but I'm sort of saying that is how people build followings, is to take what they're struggling with and make it a very visible struggle so that others can then feel like, that's my struggle there. I want to follow this. I want to be a part of this, you know.
I'll think about that because I don't know how people will feel if I'm actually doing it while filming it. People might think, oh, this girl just clearly faking it. You know, that's just, I don't know how people achieve those footages, to be fair. It'll be quite difficult, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's something to think about for future. I'm just not a fan of TikTok. It's a lot of time consuming. I'd rather spend that on my writing to write my other stories. So yeah, after this short film, I think I'll do another one. Maybe think I'll release the footage because it was a good footage, to be fair. The film student, they did a good job. And my acting's gone a bit quiet at the moment, and I don't know exactly what's going on. Could it be my disability? Could it be overthinking? But it's okay. I'll just go with the flow and keep creating my own stuff. Because like you said, I always put the truthful of my life into my film. And then people who like people who've been through a struggle, they understand. Although they are short, they have limitations, but they really do understand like what I'm facing in between, like the process of the filming, showing all my struggles, the mental health wise or, you know, disability wise. So maybe after a while, you'll see me releasing those footages.
Rachel,
definitely let you know. Yes.
Do you have a link to any of those films that you did before?
I've just did one before for the because I did another short film for my theater company, which as a company project. But yeah, I can definitely zap the link in the chat. Let me just find it.
Cool. I just love to see everybody's, you know, style or something.
Yeah, but that one is it's not high quality, but I'm happy because it's my work.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Right, great, no problem. I'll put it in the chat.
Has everybody done introduction?
Hello all, this is Bridget. Are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yes, British.
Hello Rachel, hello all. I'm sorry I was a bit late in joining. Actually I was driving on motorway, so I was trying to find a place to stop and talk, so I couldn't speak earlier. Anyway, so nice to see you all again. as I was posting on, I have a concept in my mind. I'm working on I would like to start a new short film. It's a story of a father and a daughter, a Muslim family. It's a family drama which has got some crime as well as some action sequences. I've got the context in my mind, but I'm not really good in writing the script. So I need someone to help me with writing the scene. Someone has got that expertise and willing to contribute. So I would like to know from you if anyone can help me.
Is that like a job for Rachel? Or...
Anyone?
Okay, because you said you want a script writer, right?
Yes, yes. So it is in a very initial stage. I got the concept. I wrote the concept. I mean the story, but scenes as well as a script need to be built up.
You mean like you wrote it and then you need an editor to make? Is that how it works?
It's a very high level story, but it doesn't have any scenes or dialogues or any script as such. We need to build as well as dialogues and script and things like that.
That's interesting. Rachel, would you do something like that? Would you work with Brijesh on something like that?
Oh, I just worked with British for a short film of his. It was fun. It was very experimental. Silda, I also got a Zappa link in the chat because this is no, the other one. It's a documentary.
Okay.
The current director who I work with, she did another documentary on the Shaolin Kung Fu master. So that might give you some inspiration if because I'm not a documentary director, but you might get some idea from that. I thought if you want to give it a watch,
yeah, definitely I do.
Just please do not comment because it's a private link and just watch and take what you need. Okay.
And then how do we stay in contact? Because sometimes I don't come on here.
We'll use a LinkedIn group.
Oh,
we have a LinkedIn group. Yeah,
add to that. That's it. Add into the link. That's good. Then it'll be.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone is interested, please send me a message so we can talk about it.
Brijesh, why don't you put that request in our LinkedIn group also, and also can you put it on the meetup page? Because you can get because there's 1,500 other people on there, and just put it, and then I'll just endorse what you wrote on there. Yeah, because you never know, someone might come forward.
Yeah. So I already posted it on meetup group. But
did you? I think I saw. Yeah, I did. I saw the post. Let me read it again because maybe it wasn't clear for me. Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, folks. Well, lovely chat. Lovely to see everyone. Travis, thank you very much for your summary of film life, which was really good and interesting. Amazing how much you've learned in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I'll see you all soon. Nice to see you. Well, to speak to you, Tida. Good luck with it all.
Yeah, nice to meet everyone and see you. Thanks, Cliff. See you again.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so
care,
much.
folks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.